Hello, people. It's your boy Usmaan back again with another match preview. Manchester United taking on Crystal Palace tomorrow night. Hopefully, we sat here sometime later tomorrow night in good spirits. Obviously, as always, make sure you get your comments in, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, for those of you that are tuning in, first and foremost, just want to say we have got a new show starting tomorrow. We're just piloting it to see how it goes because we've not done something like this before. So basically, about an hour or 15 minutes before team is announced, we're going to be going live, discussing the team news, predict the lineup, all that good stuff, and then probably moaning about the team lineup. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, join us for that. Obviously, you know, myself and the homies will be there. But listen, without further ado, to introduce our one and only guest from United Team Talk, we got the homie, Jerry. What are you saying, brother?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Games coming thick and fast. Obviously, we just played at the weekend. Got another game tomorrow. So yeah, let's just get the W, man. We need to get back to winning ways, man.
100%, man. 100%. Listen, one thing I will say is I'm enjoying the fact that a lot of games are coming in such quick succession, man. Because you don't need to dwell on that. I probably don't like it when we've got a poor result on the weekend.
Yeah, the whole week is logging it.
Like, oh my god, especially when I bottled it or something. But yeah. Listen, it is what it is. Obviously, because it is the preview, we'll be discussing the team news for both teams.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
Sean's gonna be back, so just chat.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to come back, man. Hurry up, Sean, man.
Oh god, you love to see it. Sean hopefully will be back on Thursday. The Yankee love to love. Yeah, so let's go into it. So we're gonna go through the team news first and foremost. Jerry, we'll start with Manchester United. Obviously, we just spoke about previously. First and foremost, some positive news. Edison Cavani probably in contention, but is there any other team news that we need to be aware of?
Yeah, just before he was coming on, it was discussed Van der Beek. Obviously, he was on the bench in the last game, so hopefully he's back, he's fit, he's ready to go. Scott should be fine now. Obviously, he came back against Chelsea.
Yeah,
he in the presser, he keeps mentioning Phil Jones, and I don't understand, like, why?
Oh, what is going off? What? I've just tweeted something about Phil Jones as well. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening there.
Every time Phil Jones is not ready.
How is Phil Jones still at the club? I think Romano, I don't know who it was. No, it's Samuel Lacus, I think, has just tweeted. I don't know if you've seen it. Basically, Phil Jones is he's injured again. How is that possible?
Doing what? I don't get it.
But how is it possible for someone to be injured that much? Like, surely he should retire, but he's not going to because he knows he's getting paid. Like, that is so ridiculous that someone like Phil Jones, and I think that's an indictment of the club. I tweeted, it's not Phil Jones' fault. Obviously, he's injured, but you could say he might be faking it. But in terms of it's about the club. Like, as a player or as a human being, then why would he leave? He's getting paid to do jack shit.
That's
he's
true.
Constantly injured. If he leaves, that means his career is over. He's not going to play for someone else because he's not fit. So why would he leave? He's basically saying no to money, basically, if he leaves. As the comments say, stealing a living, which he definitely is. But it just shows how poorly the club is run for me personally, man. But as you said, Van der Beek, man, what are your thoughts on him?
I think we're missing a trick with this player that we have that we're not using at all. Doesn't get any minutes. I think with the way we try to play out from the back, and obviously with Scott and Fred, they're just not reliable on the ball. Who else do we have? We have Pogba, kind of not defensively aware like that. Like with his back to goal, it's like he can get dispossessed very easily. But with Van der Beek, the way he plays with the one touch, the popping of passes, I think him in centre mid, I think that's a trick we're missing, and I really want to see him get a chance to play there because Scott and Fred, for me, going forward, if we want to be the number one in the country, number one in Europe, they're just not it, man. So Van der Beek, I hope he starts tomorrow, and I really hope he gets some minutes still.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Look, for me personally, one of our major issues, I'm sure most United fans will agree, is that we don't move the ball quickly enough. And Van der Beek, as you correctly said, is the optimum of moving the ball quickly. That's what he's done. That's what he's done all his life at Ajax, Ajax education, etc. So that for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Look, if he plays Fred McTominay against Crystal Palace, I'm assuming we're way, aren't we? I haven't checked
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, we are,
Yeah,
we are.
because I remember obviously we lost at OT, didn't we? Yeah. So look, he has to play Van der Beek alongside Fred and McTominay. We'll come into that shortly, but this is one of the issues at the moment. Too many of our players are taking too many touches, and you know, with the way football is, the picture of the sort of the game, it changes so quickly.
Yeah.
That if you take an extra split second or an extra 1 or 2 seconds to release the ball, that image that you previously had isn't there anymore. We saw with the McTominay one against Chelsea that all United fans are still grieving over, including myself.
Yeah,
You know,
same. I've seen it many times, man.
McTominay takes that touch. If you watch it back, you know, the ball gets played to him. McTominay takes a touch, and he looks up, sees that Rashford and Cole are there, you know, getting ready to come run across. He takes a touch, and then by the time he's taking a touch to kick the ball, the image has changed. Kante's got back in now. He's taking too long. If he plays the ball first time, which is a very easy ball to play, it's not difficult. We've scored, or at least got a shot of it, or something's happened. You know, we never know with us, like, you know, what was going to happen. But,
For real.
so I'm just assuming, but yeah, look, it's just one of them things. You know, the guys have to be sharper. They've got to be quicker on the ball, and it's costing us at the moment. It's costing opportunities. In terms of the front line, obviously we mentioned Cavani in particular. It seems like he's probably going to be on the bench. He might start. Would you rush him back? Do you think it's that, oh, we got to put Cavani in here, or do you trust what we got up front?
Yes, it's a double-edged sword, man. Because I see he put a post out saying he's working hard to get back to help the team, and obviously the alternative is your boy Tony. I mean, again, he deserves to start. Even Mason at number 9. Like there was remember that cross that James did. Mason didn't really get to the front post quick enough. So for me, Cavani, yeah, I'm happy he's back, but just like you said, I would not risk him for this game. I won't, because we need Cavani for obviously the weekend and the big Europa League tie with AC Milan coming up. So for me, yeah, I don't want to rush him too soon with his age and his injury record. I think a place on the bench. I think you said it as well. I think he's more effective off the bench as well.
Yeah, I know.
So
There's a few people that have said that.
yeah. So for me, I won't risk it just yet. But I'm happy he's back.
Yeah, no, I hear that. We've got a comment from United saying Donny surely has to come in. Cavani also give James the rest. I don't see why James is the rest. I'm not going to lie. He's barely played. Obviously, Sean saying Ali can't coach Donny. He's a system baller. Yo, man's coming for Ali's neck, you know. Man criticized Ali, but and then Big Ron joining us saying good evening. Hopefully you're doing well, my brother. But regarding Cavani, it's a no-brainer for me. I completely agree with you. I don't think it's worth risking. If you can't beat Crystal Palace without the likes of Cavani, then, you know, I just don't understand what's going on at this club anymore. We have got Martial, we have got Greenwood. You obviously utilize one of them at least, if not both of them. For me personally, I think the issue is we're not creating enough chances, and a lot of that goes down to Paul Pogba not being in the team. You know, of course, look. The point I made to you guys, right? And obviously, you know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, this guy's defending Martial. And I accept that Martial people. And I've said this, I'm broken record. But Greenwood got no chances either. So it's like, I know he was against a better team in Chelsea, so it's a bit of a shit comparison. But, you know, you've got to look at that. You know, what's happening there? There's got to be a bigger issue. You can't just be, you know, Martial's not good enough. There's a point of that, but he's not. Cavani wasn't getting many chances. Cavani gets out 1, maybe 2 chances a game, if that. Most are headers, by the way. So not many with his feet. He gets a couple when it gets cut back to him, and he always seems to miss it. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, all the time.
I don't know if his reactions are a bit short, but yeah, coming back to the Pogba, we've got a big run to cheer up, Jerry.
Right.
Got the homie waxing tactically. You seem lost with that Pogba. My guy right there, Ozzy saying big up Usmaan and Jerry. Good show. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. But yeah, let's go into Pogba. Obviously, you know, I've mentioned it already. Without Pogba, man, we just look a void of ideas in the middle of the park. Bruno, I feel sorry for him, you know. I feel like it's a bit like how Pogba was when Bruno was there.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, so I feel sorry for Bruno. I know people are criticising him, and, you know, I'll criticise his weight of pass to an extent, but if he doesn't show up, we don't turn up. So, like, you know, what are your thoughts on the Pogba situation? It seems like he might be back for Man City. Also, there's a lot of speculation saying he might sign a contract. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, basically this is life without Pogba. So
Absolutely.
all the Pogba outs, all the people saying, yeah, get rid of him and all that stuff. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna only have Bruno as our creative player, which is like, if Bruno's not doing anything, who else is gonna do anything? And that's why when we signed Van der Beek, I thought, so if Pogba or Bruno are injured, he comes in straight away automatically.
That's literally what I thought.
Yeah.
Surely that would make sense. Okay, Pogba's obviously better, but Van der Beek can still offer us something in the creativity department.
Yeah. So with that, I don't get what Ollie's he's thinking on that. With Pogba, yeah, I hope he comes back. Van der Beek, like, why doesn't he play, man? Like, just I always try to defend Ollie,
starting tomorrow,
but
surely
I can't bank on it, to be honest.
It must have been just something in training. I can't think of anything else. Like, what other reason can it be that he's not played at all? I know he's been injured of late, but when he's been fit, surely you say, no, let me at least give this guy a chance because it's not working with X, Y, and Z. You saw with Pogba when he came back into the team eventually, and we went on that brilliant run of form and we were actually top of the league. I believe that we could get 21 in 21 at that point. You know, it's one of the things that we're missing, those key players. Like, obviously, Pogba's only one guy, and we can't say, oh, without Pogba, you know, we should be able to deal without him as well. It's not acceptable to rely on one individual player because they're going to get injured. And Pogba has been quite injury prone in the last 2 years because obviously of his previous sort of surgeries, etc. So, what do you reckon about his contract? Like, for me personally, I just think it's nonsense. I don't think he's signing anything.
Oh, what, you're not believing it now?
I can't believe a single word that comes out of Riola's mouth.
No, I kind of believe it because who's going to buy him? Like, what possible suitors can afford?
That's the only thing that I was thinking because I was like, where would he go to? Like, I don't think anyone's got any money.
There you go. So for me, I think he's looking at the situation, looking at the future with this whole COVID pandemic thing. Like, to stay at United, you probably get more money. You definitely get a big contract. His last big, was he 27, 28 now? So for me, yeah, man, I think he's settled in Manchester. Obviously, he's got his kids here, his wife's here. I believe this new contract was next year's his last year on his contract, right? So obviously these are the right times to be talking and negotiating what contract he's going to get. So for me, Pogba, I'm happy he will stay because, like you said with Bruno, he's looking around and he's just thinking, I'm the only.
Yeah, Bruno needs him, man.
Yeah,
Bruno needs him badly. I don't know what the future for Bruno would be if Pogba leaves because if you lose a player of that caliber, man, if you're Bruno Fernandes and you're like, we're allowing someone of Pogba's ilk to go and we've got Fred stood behind, no disrespect to the guy, but like, come on, it's taking the piss in it. So, but I just want to put this comment in here. We've been playing Pogba out of position, but we need him in the 11. We've been missing our swag of late. And I think that's what it comes down to. I don't think he's been out of position of late. I think he's it's difficult to say. I think he's kind of adapted his game to the system to an extent because obviously he's world class, isn't he? But in terms of needing Pogba, I completely agree, man. I do want him to sign the contract, but if he doesn't sign the contract, sell him at the end of the summer, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think it's very straightforward for me. We've been talking about this for a long time now. We need the money because it looks like we haven't got a lot of money, and Pogba is one of our only assets that can bring some money in. You saw what Liverpool did with continuous money. Of course, we're not going to get that kind of money for Pogba. Hopefully, at least 70, 80 million still. Off, I don't know, 60, whatever. Put it towards a proper player. But do you trust the board to do that? Absolutely not. So we'll probably get like Sean Longstaff or some shit like that.
Oh gosh, don't say that name. Well,
but listen, let's talk about our opponents. Obviously, I've got the team news in front of me. Obviously, as you mentioned prior to coming on, Roy Hodgson said Wilfred Zaha is not fit. This is off their website. Sorry, not far from a return to action, but he won't be fit for the main night game. Jeffrey Schlupp and Connor Wickham will be available to face Manchester United on Wednesday. Look, Ez is the main threat, really, in terms of quality. Benteke potentially could cause us problems. I don't know if he's injured. I probably should have read all of it, actually, to be fair. I don't think Benteke is injured. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, obviously he has that prowess in the air. He's got that great volley the other day. Bloody hell. Outrageous volley. But surely, Jeremy, we shouldn't have anything to worry about against Palace.
That's true. With Palace, without Zaha, Eze, I'm thinking who else is a threat to us, like really. Benteke, with no one at the fit.
Townsend
Oh,
can play
Townsend,
well against us.
yeah, he can pull up something
He
at the
plays
back.
well against us. He normally does play well against us. I'll give him that.
Hopefully, Marshall can nutmeg him again. That one at Old Trafford a couple of years ago was
The
beautiful, man. So I'm looking at their threats really. Jordan Ayew maybe. Bashwai is still there, right?
yeah.
Like I'm not afraid.
I've got more of the. They've got a lot of injuries actually. I've got
Yeah,
more of the list if you want to read out.
yeah.
James McCarthy's missing. Tompkins is missing. Sacco's missing. Nathaniel Klein, I didn't even know he was there, is missing. Mitchell obviously is missing. Has been brilliant for them this season. Actually, I've got him in fantasy football also. So they've got a lot of injuries. You know, obviously they've got a few players available, but the main like that's quite a lot of their defense is missing. Obviously, Kale's going to be there again, another threat in the air potentially. There's no one really, is it? There's literally Townsend and Eze that I can think of, and potentially Benteke, and that's it.
Yeah, but no one us on that defense. Even Benteke, I know people don't really rate him, but even on his day with the defense we have, I'm a bit wary. Like he could bully Lindelof in the air, like that's a given.
Yeah.
But we should have enough to comfortably beat these. Obviously, the reverse fixture, boy, we need revenge, man. That first game of the season was just hard to take, man.
Bro, that was abysmal, man. That was so embarrassing. It's unreal.
So embarrassing.
Obviously. But look, I hear the Benteke threat. I think KL probably more of a threat for me, personally. Of course, he's got pedigree in the Premier League, obviously, and his ability from set pieces, he's brilliant. So I know he's not scored in a while, but it is what it is. Yeah, so regarding that lineup, let's go through the team lineup. Obviously, we'll do our score predictions, the approach, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'll allow you to start first, and then I'll go through my team, and then we'll take it from there.
Lineup. De Gea, he did a couple saves in the last game, but I'm always down for Henderson to start. Don't really mind who starts, but I'll go DDG in goal.
Yeah.
Right back, Ramasaka. There's no one else really. Centre backs, Bailly surely has to come in for this game. If he don't, then it's like I don't know what I'll do though, because I want him to play against City. So
he's not gonna play against City.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wishful thinking, man. But yeah, I think Bailly will come in with Maguire, left back. Would he rest Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw will play. Midfield now for me. I think we mentioned it earlier. I think Van der Beek and Matic for me. That's what I'll go for as a double pivot. Obviously Bruno on the 10, on the left Rashford, on the right. I'll actually rest James because I do think he will play against City. So Mason comes on the right and Martial up front. Cavani, like we said before, I think it's too soon for him to come in. So yeah, man, that's my team.
Right, who's your centre back partnership again? Sorry.
Oh, Maguire Bailly.
Okay, we've gone for the exact same team. That's exactly what I'm going for. Word for word. I think it makes sense. Like with Matic and Van der Beek in particular. Look, realistically, he's going to play Fred and McTominay against Man City, so rest him for this game. Matic will be able to do the job against this game anyways. And Van der Beek has to start. Whether he does that is a different story. Luke Shaw, for me, I've got my fancy football, so I want him to start. But I won't be mad if he doesn't start and he does play Tellers, because that's also understandable as well. Just to get everyone's comments in as well. Obviously, if you haven't, please do drop a like on the video and obviously subscribe. If you are new, we've got the United Ways team here. Let us know your team selections, obviously. I'll read them out. So we've got Hendo in there, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Tellez, Fred, Donny, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, Martial. Again, he's put Fred in instead of Matic there, and obviously Hendo in particular over David De Gea. Look, for me personally, I'm either or. I don't really care. I'm indifferent. I think we should be able to beat them regardless of what team we put out. To be quite frankly honest with you, that's what I'm expecting. Look, we got Man City and Milan on the week, so
yeah,
they're the important games. This game obviously is key because it's a league, but we should do enough. But in terms of style of play, what are you wanting? What obviously not what you're expecting, because we know what to expect. But what are you wanting to see from the boys? We pressed really well in the first half against Chelsea, which shows that we can do it. But what do you want to see in this one?
Yeah, obviously Palace going to sit back. So for me, with the possession that we will obviously have most of, I think, yeah, like you said before, just pop it quicker, man. Like all this slow, Maguire at the back taking 12 touches, you got Lindelof taking, and Wan-Bissaka, like just pop off the ball quickly, like pull him out of position. If Donny's playing, him and Bruno can link up. You got Luke Shaw making runs. You got Greenwood who can cut in. Obviously, the Chelsea game he had a shot which was very very close. Martial, when Martial plays the intricacy, like forcing down the middle, I think if we're gonna do that, like you said before, he needs to be closer to Rashford. That worked well last year. So for me, for Martial's sake, I really hope he gets a couple goals in this game because I know it's not like I'm giving up on Martial, but I know a player's in there.
It's kind of his last chance, though, in a sense. Not last chance, but if he does start, Cavani's back soon, so you expect one to maybe not the Man City game, but you'd expect Cavani to eventually come back into the team.
Exactly. So just get a couple goals, get his confidence. Even if he does get goals, like you said, I think the performance has to match his goals, if that makes sense. Because
absolutely.
Both this season, it's just not been good enough. So for me, Martial, key player. Obviously scored there last year. Yeah, he scored there last year. So yeah, let's just have a good performance, man. Let's just forget the weekend's result because I know you say next week's very important, but I think this game is very important for the race for the top four because with Chelsea playing Liverpool, Leicester play earlier than us tomorrow.
It's a chance for us to obviously increase the gap, isn't
it? Exactly, because it can change so quickly. We're only 6 points ahead of Chelsea. West Ham are doing well this season. We got City as well. If City can beat us,
we have to win because we're not going to beat City. Really, exactly. We might beat City, but in a realistic world, we're probably not in it. Let's be honest, in it. So I hear you, man. I think what you said regarding Martial and Rashford, I think that's key for me. They are playing at home, Palace. I'd kind of expect them to sit in a low block and obviously hit on the break with Eze in particular. Obviously, like he's got that pace in it. He's got that ability to carry the ball. So they're gonna be a problem from set pieces. That's what, like I've already mentioned. That's my major concern. But they shouldn't really offer much threat going forward. We should be able to box it off. Obviously, Matic will find a big. One sits and breaks a player. One obviously creates. Obviously keeps the ball ticking. That's what you want. And obviously Bruno in those pockets. But yeah, I hear you, man. Martial and Rashford, they need to be closest to play intricate football, which is what I've been saying. That's what's missing. There's not enough intricate football on the edge of the box. That's the perfect word. The word I've been looking for is intricacy. We've not seen enough of it on the edge of the box. We're not cute with it. We hardly create anything from those sort of like a little 1-2 give and go. One player gets put through and he scores a 1-1 or whatever it may be. We don't score enough of them goals for me, and that comes down to lack of sort of communication, wavelength. It seems that the players are on the same wavelength, but the amount of times that one guy's made a run here and the next guy's passed the ball behind him and he's like, no, I wanted it in front of me. How long have you not been playing with each other for? I just don't get it. Like, it's only our team that does it on a regular basis. Like, I know Chelsea did it a lot as well in that game, but they've actually got an excuse. They got a new coach.
Exactly.
Like, for us, like, obviously Bruno's not been playing that long with Rashford, and that's been a year, but the other guys have got absolutely no excuse. Martial and Rashford, right? Martial should be able to close his eyes and know where Rashford's running. That's how it should be on that level by now. They've been playing with each other for 5 years, bro. Like, that's outrageous.
Exactly. That's a long time.
Very long time, bro. Like, I had to play, like, I'm sure when you play with fast, when you play with your mates, like, you flipping know where they're going to be running.
You know
everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, as soon as I pick up the ball, one of my mates is already running. He knows I can play it in behind, sort of thing. And it's just like common sense. But anyways, before we do the score prediction, we saw the homie Tyro's channel. Obviously, they were talking about Maguire. I didn't mention it yesterday's podcast because it's not Man United related. We're gonna mention it now. Very like, honest to God. Oh God, this guy. My work colleagues, obviously, are from Sheffield, so they're all like Maguire because he's from
Sheffield.
Yes, or their academy, shall I say? So. These ones are defending him. They say, why do you like Maguire? So I've seen you tweeting about me. So, honest to God, he's the fucking shittest captain we've ever had. Like, I can completely name you worse. Valencia couldn't speak a word of English, and he was more influential in the dressing room than this guy. Like, how can you go out on a limb, right, and throw Luke Shaw under the bus like that? That is absolutely pathetic. Whether you think he's right or wrong, you can't back him in public, man. Like, that's just common, like, it's like someone slagging your wife off, and you're like, you know what? You're right. Like,
Exactly.
You're right. If she's done something wrong, you tell her behind closed doors. You don't tell her in front of all the bloody public. Like, you say, no, she's not wrong, and then you'll go behind and say, no, you shouldn't have done that. You should have done that with Shaw if you thought it was wrong. Man's come out in front of everybody and said, no, Shaw, Shaw. He should have stuck to his guns and just flipping firmed it. But no, man just bottled it. But like, He's fucking shit as well. I can't stand the guy. But look, listen, what are your thoughts? Obviously, on the whole Luke Shaw situation. It seems like what he was saying was factual now, and Maguire looks like even more of a twat for not trusting his own play over a referee. But what are your thoughts on the matter?
You see, Harry Maguire, man. Like, I don't want to say is he a man, but like, if he did it even earlier before when against Tottenham when Marshall got sent off.
Bro, exactly.
You see Rashford fighting. No, what? He hit him first. You see Maguire just standing there like, no, it's a red card. The ref said, what's a good fam? Captain of Manchester United. Are you serious? Going back to the Luke Shaw thing now. If Luke Shaw misheard it, why are you so persistent to intervene and say, yeah, he misheard it? If he misheard it, cool. All right, so you come out and tell us what the ref said then, because he hasn't. He just said, yeah, Luke's misheard it. So you come out and tell us exactly what the ref said to you. But no, we ain't heard a word. Nah, I don't rate him, man. I don't rate him. For him to be captain, see that with Oli, where did you see a captain in him? Where's the attributes? He's never been a captain ever. Where? Like, why did you give him the armband? Like, stuff like that. Now it looks like we're stuck. He's our captain. He's 80 million. Fam, he's going to be here for the next 5-6 years. There's a huge problem. Like, for me, Maguire, yeah, he could be the worst captain we've ever had, like you said, because he has no leadership attributes for me whatsoever.
He's an absolute cretin. I'm sorry, I know he's not meant to discuss one, but honest to God, I know it's so important that WhatsApp group, that picture of Randolph from Recess. I think.
Yeah, Recess. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. I saw it though.
Yeah. So basically, if you know Recess, if you're old enough, there's a guy there, a kid in there, should I say, who always snitches. Man, there's no part out snitching to teachers and whatnot, bro. That is the most accurate depiction of a flipping that human being. He's an absolute snake. Man will throw his own grandma down the stairs for flipping just to protect himself. Like, he does not give a shit. And the fact that, like you said about that, man, like, you can't do that. You're the captain. The Martial one as well, by the way, was absolutely embarrassing. And I've got to give a shout out to my brother Was, right? Because since day one, Was has been saying this guy's got no leadership skills. From day one, he's been saying all Watson's criticism of Maguire. Everyone's been slacking Maguire's performances off, and he's been like, you can say what you want about his performances, but leadership, non-existent, bro. Take the captaincy off him, man. At the end of the season, I don't give a shit. Give it to Bruno. Like, you took
Bruno,
off the hater.
Exactly, fam. Bruno is the perfect. Just look at him. Even when we drew the other game, he's the only one that looks so upset. Like, he takes this personal. Like, he wants to win. He Maguire, fam. Harry Maguire, captain. I cannot believe that. I can't believe that.
It's actually embarrassing. I was deep in it yesterday at work, and I was like, this man's captain of Man United. How we got... It's like, when you see those films where they start like, you're probably thinking how I got here. Yeah, there's a picture of Maguire with the captain's arm. Like, you're probably wondering how I got here. Let me take it back. It's honest to God, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, man is just... Like, fair enough, he's at the club, like, but how is he captain is baffling. Got coming from the boys, obviously, shout out to you, lot. Ali, first and foremost, Maguire has shown on numerous times to hide away when defending his team and questioning the referee. Roy Keane wouldn't shy away. Roy Keane would have killed the referee, mate. Kojo, obviously, Maguire's biggest fan, so if you got any abuse, give it to Kojo. He loves Maguire. Maguire is awful as a leader. Back your boys always remember that. Keane Vieira beef with Roy, Pat, Gary Neville. Imagine if that was
Maguire. You would have let Gary Neville get punched up. You would like, Keane Vieira, do your thing, man. Gary Neville's a pussy anyway. Punch him up. Nah, Maguire. Imagine Maguire. Nah, he doesn't have that in his bones, man. He's not it. He's not it, man.
Oh my God, we got Prince saying Bruno was upset because he didn't get a penalty. I'm sure Prince was also, if I remember correctly.
It was a penalty though, so he's right to be upset. It was a penalty still.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, listen, we're gonna wrap it with the score position. Obviously, Man United against Crystal Palace. Let us know your thoughts on everything, Maguire, etc., etc. Pogba's situation. It's quite evident that we have different views on that. Jerry thinks he will sign. I personally think he won't, but it is what it is. I hope he does, obviously. But anyways, what's the score prediction, Jerry? What do you reckon, bro?
Well, I think we'll concede a set piece. Even with the set pieces, Maguire again as a leader, you're the first to always drop back. Like
Oh
the
my
Everton,
God.
like the Everton goal.
I'll
Like,
never
damn,
forgive that Everton one. I don't give a shit. Honestly, I'm fuming about that still.
attack the ball. Why are you dropping? Anyways, let's go back to the prediction. For me, I'm going 3-1. Yeah, I think they'll concede, but I think we'll comfortably get a couple goals and then they'll just probably nick a consolation goal. So yeah, man, I'm going 3-1 United.
You know what? That's not a bad shout. Obviously, United will say like and subscribe. Obviously, make sure you do that. Ali says scratchy. That's the scratchy. Scratchy 1-0. Just win, boys. Yeah, completely agree. Ozzy, aka Ozil, Maguire is captain because he's English and the centre back. Probably true, to be fair. United is a 4-1 United win. Maguire goal incoming. LOL probably is. Every time I slag someone off, they're obviously always flipping the score. And obviously, smash the like, people in the chat. Cole, you're going for 1-0 United. So you got 3-1. No, I've got Luke Shaw on fancy football. I'm just going to throw it at you. I swear to God, if he concedes against Palace, I'm not going to be happy. I was expecting, man, to not keep a clean sheet against Chelsea. So
Chelsea.
I gambled for that one. I thought he might get an assist somewhere, so I'll take it. But he bought us against these, man. But the incident in Greece messed up Maguire. Is what it is. Obviously, he should have been captain regardless of the Greece incident. But yeah, score prediction. It's hard to say because I don't know how we're going to play, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to say 4-0 Manchester United lightweight. They've got a lot of injuries.
Wow.
No good for Zaha. Eze obviously a threat. Kale, like I know it's a bit of a random thing to say, but I'm most worried about Kale if he's playing because, well, not defensively, but offensively.
Set pieces, yeah.
They're going to cause a problem with him. Townsend whipping it in, all that good stuff. But yeah, listen, let us know if you're watching this on repeat, your score predictions, put them down in the chat. Thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, show love to Jerry. His link to his channel will be down below. My mic has come out. But Jerry, where can the people find you, brother?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Guys, it's Jerry United _ as you can see on the screen on the Twitter, and you can follow the YouTube channel at United Team Talk. Thanks for having me, man.
No worries, brother. Link to his channel will be down below. As always, make sure you go and show love to the homies. If you want to, you can follow me on Usmaan Talks United, which is over here on Twitter. It's probably best if you follow that account. I know I've got two. If you want to join us on the fan calling show, it's the best account to follow because that's when all the thing is there. But anyways, before we go, just want to quickly let you know, in case you don't know already, if you're just joining us, obviously check out tomorrow's show, 7 p.m. for the first time. We're going to be live with a pre-match show. We're going to do all the news for the team, so make sure you tune in. We're going to go through the team lineup, obviously assess their team lineup as well, and then give our thoughts on the matter. Should be a bit of banter and all that good stuff. We've got the watch it on and the fan calling show also tomorrow. But anyways, it's been your boy Usmaan. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.